Hi there. Now we have Saturn on the move again. So Saturn from the 29th of November 2025 until the 13th of February 2026 is going to turn direct in Pisces. Now, as we know, Saturn was in Pisces for the last 3 years, and earlier this year he moved into Aries, but he'd only moved so far into Aries that when the retrograde period came along that he goes through annually every year for 5 months, he was only just into Aries, so he retrograded all the way back into Pisces and for those some of those 5 months. So now that he's moving direct again, he's still in that Pisces energy until February next year when he moves direct in Aries once again. So now that he's direct in Pisces, the big question you all need to ask yourselves is, what do you want? Not what's the best thing for me, or what do other people want from me, or what ticks the boxes, or what's everybody else doing that I've got to follow, but what do you personally want? Because this is your last chance to really grab those dreams, those fantasies, those ideals, all of those things that you've wondered about and that you've worked on, that you've desired, that you've fought for, or gone after, but maybe not really completely attached yourself to, but definitely explored in some way. It's time for you to be discerning, to really look at those things. What are those things that you really want? Focus on them and develop them in a way that makes them the most, that can be the most important to you in some way. And the next thing is, because while he's in Pisces, while Saturn's in Pisces, it's all about wondering and exploring. But the most important thing of Saturn in Pisces is the ability to be able to put yourself first. Saturn is our teacher and our disciplinarian. And of course, Pisces energy is a very easygoing energy that just wants to go with the flow and not be too assertive and not get out there too much or be too confrontational. But when we're not assertive and confrontational, we don't get what we want. We end up doing what other people want us to do, or following someone else's dreams, or being involved in something that isn't what you truly want. So this is a really, really important time for you to absolutely acknowledge the fact that you are allowed to put yourself first. In fact, the number one rule of spirituality is that you are the most important person in the world. There is nobody more important than you. You've come here to have a life, to go part of the journey of your soul. And yes, there are other people around you, and yes, they're going to be a part of your life, but you must make the focus you. You come here, you develop what you're good at, and then you share it with others. And this is where, Saturn and Pisces is really asking you, what's your highest vision? What's your highest ideal? What would you really want more than anything else? And then once he moves into Aries in February next year, again, we will have the energy to create the structure, the foundations, the program, whatever it is that you need to make this thing happen. So while he's in Pisces, it's all about the ideas, the dreams, being discerning about them, and working out for you which ones are the most important, because you can't do everything. We've also got Uranus and Gemini at the moment, which is throwing things at us right, left, and center. But you've got to come back to you. What do you want for you? What's going to make you the most happy? What's going to bring you the most success? What's going to be the thing that really makes your life worthwhile? Focus on that and see, while he's in Pisces, what other elements or aspects could be developed within that. Could you be more creative with it? Could you be more outgoing with it? Could you be more conversational about it? How can I make this more? And then when he does go into Aries in early next year, you've got all of those things in your head, and you can then start to create a structure, a foundation, a program, a plan, whatever it is, to get it off the ground and make it actually happen. So we've talked about this a lot, where we've had Saturn and Neptune both finished off in Pisces, and now both have moved into Aries, but are doing this retrograde thing in and out of Pisces and Aries. So both of those planets are giving us an opportunity to re-explore our highest dreams, ideals, needs, fantasies, whatever. And then they're both going to help us, once they both move direct in Aries again, to actually develop that into something. So it's not just something that you play with, not just something that you dabble in, not just something that you do now and then. It actually becomes your way forward. But it has to be something that's very, very important to you. It's not about just developing something like, AI is a big thing at the moment, so I better learn about that because everybody else is. It's not that. It's, what do you actually want? Maybe you want to be a ballerina. Maybe you want to be a vet. Whatever it is, what do you want? And don't be afraid to go after it. So while he's in Pisces, explore it. Explore all how it makes you feel, what it could look like, what it could feel like, what it could look like in 10 years' time, what you need to do right now. It's all the exploration and the thinking into it at this time. And then, as I said, next year, you get to make it happen. So, we've got 3 years of Saturn in Aries. So, 3 years to get your dreams and your ideals and your inspiration off the ground and turn it into something. So, it's going to be a really powerful time, but you've got to be clear. So, while in this retrograde period, explore it, be discerning, focus, and get clear on what it is you really want. And then, when you've got that clear in your mind, I would actually recommend putting it down on paper, because when something's out of your head and on paper, it's always a lot clearer. And then you've got something to really work with when those planets go direct next year. And you can actually really start to use that Aries energy to take that chance to be the leader and to stand on your own 2 feet in some way. So good luck with this transit. It's going to be a doozy, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.